Okay, I've been using this belt sander and got through almost all the work I had to do. I was on the last board and got about half of that done, great big long one, and it died. And it had been making a little bit of a squealing sound occasionally. I thought maybe the belt had gone, but the belt is still intact. And if I hit the power, the belt runs that bit. And if we turn this belt like this, you can see this bit turning, but as soon as you put any, there it goes. I was going to say, as soon as you put any pressure on it, it stops, but it seems if you push it inwards, it engages again. So it's been doing some weird stuff where I've got a new belt for it today, and that's, I basically was using that, and it kept either going to one side, or you'd wind it a bit, and then all of a sudden it would run off the other side and completely come off. So something's probably a bit out of whack in here. I'd say the old bearing's not the best by the feel of that. Bound to be a bit of wear in it. But interestingly, that's now seems to be engaged again. But if I do pull on it, yeah, now that's working there. Oh, if I turn it, maybe it's just the one direction. You turn it the other way, that's fine, but that's going the wrong way. So it works in reverse. Engages fine in reverse. That's nice and strong. As soon as you go forward, yeah, something's slipping. I think we've got a chewed gear or something. No idea what these things actually have in them. How do we get this belt off? Probably just lift it and rotate it. It's starting to come. So I think I have to take these screws out, and hopefully that gets me somewhere. Probably to a lot of mess. But yeah, it's been pretty hard going. Very thick, horrible paint on these weatherboards. Some of the ones like the one I was doing last with this actually aren't too bad. I've only been given a couple of thin coats, but the stuff I did first was very thick. Some of it just turns to goo when you start sanding it, so I gave up on some of them. I think there's another screw hidden there. Until we definitely know we need them, because I've got splits and stuff anyway, so there's no point. They're a last resort sort of thing. Might be able to reuse some of the old stuff. Oh, don't tell me I've got to unscrew that. It looks like it's threaded. Oh, now it's come out. Well, that made a liar of me. So it looks like we just got to turn it the right way. That bearing seems fine. The teeth on that seem fine. This, who knows when it was last greased, so it looks like he's kept the grease up to it. It looks pretty well greased in there. Yes, that's good. I was a bit worried it might be dry in there, but no, I might just put that over that side. So we've got a circlip there. Try and get that grease out of the way. Really, is that? The question is, where's this thing slipping at? Is there something between this gear and this bit? Doesn't seem to be. Is there too much play? Oh god, look at that play. Yeah, that. I wonder if that's just gone to one side. The bearing or whatever's in there is shot. It would explain why the belt was wandering from side to side. That is a lot of play. I reckon it's just not engaging this thing properly. It would exactly explain. It's just probably just got to the point now where it's just moved enough that it just doesn't stay engaged with this other gear properly. I mean, there may be a little bit of play in that. Seems pretty good. I don't know how well. What's that bearing held into? That other bit here. Yeah, now the bearing's good, unless the bearing can move in the housing. But yeah, given the amount of play in that thing, that's what's had its day. Yeah, I can push that millimeters. Yeah, that's definitely enough that it's going to come loose enough that it can disengage from the gear. Well, it's a relief that it's not chewed out gears, but this might be even worse than chewed out gears. I don't know if there's a bearing in there or a bushing or something that's chewed out. It might be the end of the thing. Just watching your eyes with these things, that they don't shoot off and hit you in the face or something. Perfect. does that come out? It doesn't seem to. But we should have a loose gear. Well, that's a worry. Now, how do I get the gear up now? I needed something to pull that up. Probably a hook or something under it. Everything's going to be covered in grease. It doesn't seem to want to move. Of course. Do I need to tap that? And this is the problem. I don't know if the gear needs to come up and the rest doesn't move, or I need to tap it down. So I don't want to tap it down if it's not meant to go down. Oh, here it comes. Is that allowing any... Not really sure if there's any extra play there now, but at least it's moving. Probably got to do one side and then the other a bit, wobble it in different spots. And it's got a key on it by the look of it. Now it doesn't seem to want to come any further. Maybe I need two of these things. Nah, that's it. Pull on both sides. What the hell have we got there? Put that gear over with the other bit. That's got a key on it. Well, that's going to have to come out, isn't it? Maybe that's what's holding it in. Ah, that was it, and of course the key fell down the bloody hole, didn't it? Yeah, that probably could have done with a good lubing down in there by the look of it. This probably should have been pulled apart a few times, and I think the roller part's fine. Oh, look at the muck in the end of it. Absolutely filthy. The grease is not the best on that bit. I think we've chewed a new hole for it. She's elongated, egg-shaped. What the hell is that? Did something just lift out of there and fall? That is so egg-shaped, it's not funny. What the hell's down there though? It's blocked out with something. What is down in there? What the effing hell is that? Some sort of wiper or something? Yeah, that's cheap. I think that's part of this. Or is there something fitted in there? God, I might. It's steel. I think it's not the aluminium. On this end, it kind of looks like it's. Well, they've one each end by the look of it. I wonder if they can be banged out or anything. You'd think there'd be a repairable or replaceable part. I'll have to look that up and see if I can find anything on it. Yeah, it looks like they're available. It's something, I think it's D10 by 14 by 12. If you Google that, you can find them listed. It doesn't show the one on this end, just shows the other end, but I assume they're the same thing, and suppose there's another one in this thing somewhere, which does all feel fine. I might see if I can actually tap one out, see how hard they are to get out of there. I'll have to use a pin driver or something. Doesn't seem to be moving. That's coming. It's moved about a millimetre anyway. I think that'd be pretty tight. It did come out, I thought it did. That's the little piece. It's even cracked by look at it. God, that's how thin it's got on one side. It's starting to split. Let's see if I can get the other one out. I guess is the important thing. If I can't get both out, then there's not much point. That feels like it's coming straight out. Oh, there. Oh my God, it's worn right through. Well, I definitely didn't do all of that. So if I can get two more of those, this thing should live to see another day. It's actually good it's worn through because it made it easier to get out. probably actually started wearing the aluminium a bit. Doesn't look too bad down in there. Ah, excellent. Well, it's good to see. I would have thought a Hitachi, and that washer that's just poured out of the dust, there did seem to be a washer missing out of this thing that should have sat on the end of that bearing. Maybe it popped off when I knocked it out here. That's probably what's happened. It was hiding in the dirt there. There is a little bit of possible damage on the end of that thing. Is it just dried up grease? Yeah, it's just caked on grease. I think it has actually eaten into the aluminium a bit. It doesn't look perfectly round that hole. Yeah, it's eaten into one face a bit. I don't think that'll matter when we put the new one in, because you're going to be banging that down as a new lining. It's probably why it was a little bit looser on that end, but I don't think we need to worry too much. So we'll get those, see if I can get these on order. One place had them for about 15, even Amazon has them for about $7 each or something. I'm not sure if that was Australian or American, and I think there was another place had them for about $4 each, and I didn't see what the postage was yet. So hopefully we can get them from somewhere reasonably quickly. Well, the good news is my neighbour managed to find a couple of those bushings online, and he actually offered to put it all back together. So I gave it back to him because I've got plenty of other things to do. So he put it all back together and all seems to be working again. So they are available and they do just tap back in, no problem. He obviously managed to work out how to put all the other bits back together. Not that there was much, just pop that gear back on and the circlip and that sort of thing, and the key on the thing and the belt. But it's all going again. So I won't be showing the reassembly of this one, but anyone can work it out once you've got it apart. It's not a big deal to reverse engineer it back together again. So thanks for watching.